Hello, this is finally video 200. No jokes, no messing around, it is actually video 200. And I'm going to break it now and say video 200 is going to be a three-parter. Mainly because the figure I've chosen might not necessarily be the figure that is the most exciting or interesting or anything like that, but it's one that I know full well that I would never choose to do just one of my random little videos, because it would take too long. I mean, the Masterpiece Hot Rod took about half an hour. And, alright, it needed that, and it was the run-up to 200, so I could justify that. But, like, a random 213, here you go, have that. It's not worth it, is it? It doesn't work. So, I'll get the figure out in a second, but, as Animism Defenders, I didn't tidy up properly. Although, that does lead me into the segue of saying, this figure here, this little Megatron fella, this is actually being rehomed. This is going to the loving home of VGamer11, who actually offered to pay me money for this, and I'm like, I couldn't take money for this. I honestly couldn't. I'm tempted to throw a couple of these in it, but I don't want to bump up the postage, because it's, you know, going a fair distance from here. So you can get this, and I know Belucius wants this, but he has yet to contact me with somewhere to send it. So if you're watching, if you want it, I don't know if it'll turn up anywhere near Christmas. I doubt it. It depends where you are, frankly. If you're in the British Isles, it might. Maybe. But if it's not, there ain't no way. So let's go to you, VGamer11. Hope you enjoy that. And these can go away. Right. On with the review. And this is of Transformers Cybertron Leader Optimus Prime. See what I mean about this not being a random video? And of all the leader class figures I used to have, all the old Optimus Primes, like I had Energon Optimus Prime. I miss that figure so much. Such a good figure. I used to have that, but I don't anymore. I had to sell them. There was the time when money was really, really, really bad, and I sold lots of things. And I think it was around the time when Cybertron was coming out, so this was my new one. So I wasn't going to sell my new one. I sold the Energon one. I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. I also had Robots in Disguise, Optimus Prime, and Ultra Magnus. I had to sell them. Anyway, so this guy's stayed with me. This guy has persevered. And he is a very big, weirdo, strangely double-barreled, well, quad-barreled fire engine. This is supposed to be a fire engine, or fire truck, whatever you want to call it. That's what this is supposed to be. Yeah, sure, take your word for it. Okay, fine. Yep, these two little guns just fold away. These big ones are on, like, loads of hinges. They're fold-out supports, like the pneumatic supports to stop it from tipping over if they fold out to the side. So they've thought it through. It's really cool. You know, can't argue. It's quite cool. Yeah, it's got the cool little cab and stuff, you know. I mean, a little bit of visible head syndrome, but it's fine. It's actually fine. But this is cool. It actually is really cool. It's got the stupid Energon key gimmick thing. So there's a Cyberplanet key, whatever it was called. And you put it in there, and it makes these two little guns at the side. There's another one over here. They pop out. And then you got the little buttons to fire them. But frankly, I always hated these things, because you lose them. And now I get to put this out of the way. Hooray! But you know what? For the vehicle mode, this isn't it. This isn't it, because God bless them. And I do say God bless them. You know, just give you a quick 360. Oh, look, it looks like that. Yeah. They did actually give it a flight mode. So you just fold this piece out, rotate it down, fold the gun forward, and might as well fold this out, and do the same on the other side. Yeah, bring the side out, rotate it down, Fold this forward and rotate the gun out. And I'll bring the camera back a bit. There you go. And apart from the lack of like tail fins, it's a flying vehicle. I mean, what's wrong with that? It's got wings. Nothing wrong with that. That's kind of cool. Okay then. Camera, behave. There we go. Right. But that's not all it did. Because this thing, to be fair, is all singing, all dancing. We'll stand these back up. Take them back up. Yeah. Fold them in. Fold these out a bit. No? They stay like that? Yeah, go on then. Rotate these up slightly. And then we'll reach in and we go for that little hole there. We'll go in, we'll get there. Can we get there? No. We'll reach around the back. Around the back, we'll reach in and we'll grab this lump here. See that? Get that. And pull it away from the bottom piece here. There you go. Now this is like Prime's classic trailer. It just sits off to the side with its guns and is a little gun platform. Absolutely fine, no problem with that. I'll move it out of the way for the sake of this. And you're left with this. Alright. And this is like little flatbed lorry Optimus Prime. It's even got his own little wheel with suspension. And that's cool. That's fine. Not a problem with this. And then you transform it. And you transform it by folding the legs down. To combine him, there's that little lip, and I generally like to bend the knee to get it over that lip, but you don't have to. You can just bring it down. Hear the clicking goodness of all this. Oh, it does all click together very nicely. You get these pieces, and you fold them. You know that robot puzzle cube I did? Same sort of thing. There's like some elastic in the middle of these, and you sort of, or springs or something, and you sort of fold it. And you get it up like that. I apologise if you see any dust on this. I have tried to dust it, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Split it. And then the knees, you actually slide out. Okay? They're on a little slider in there, so you just slide out. Hold this piece, because it's spoilers if you don't, and fold down the crotch plate. At which point you get these little side mirrors, side windows, fold them round, and clip them together. That's your chest plate. Let's bring this camera up a bit. That I've only just noticed is wonky. Sorry. Split this whole front piece and bring it round on these double hinges, and these big clumpy bits sort of clip into the side here. But first we might have to transform into the arms, because it's the arms. Which is, you bring the cab piece up on a double hinge, straighten out the arm, rotate it, and then plug it in. Let's try and do that in slightly better detail. You sort of wriggle it, and it sort of goes forward a bit, and folds a bit, and pulls around. There you go. It's just on a sort of weird double hinge. It goes around. Straighten, turn around. Ta-da! Clunk. And then the head, you've got this big thing there, which is dusty. Very dusty. So I'll cut my finger on it, and there's the head. And this is a big, clunky, not necessarily fat, but he's a big, clunky Optimus Prime. I didn't do a vehicle mode size comparison, did I? I don't care. Last Night Voyager Prime. Why does that come loose? Peg that back in. Yeah. No. Alright? Yeah, that's right. Last Night Voyager Prime. So he's fairly big. He's big even now. If you know how these things work, you know what the trailer's for. But he's big now. Okay? What's happened there? Whatever. And he's got open and closing hands. And he's got all the things, and this is slightly hindered by the flat, by the chest crotch plate, but you can fold it up, so who cares? It all bend and swivels, and the arms will go all the way around. They only go out so far, but they'll swivel. And yeah, what have I done there? Right. The hinge will fold, and look at the dust in there. Look at that. Yeah. Apologies. Where's my dusting brush gone? There it is. Pro tip: if you want to dust a figure, get a paintbrush. Yeah, there you go. There we go. You've watched the live dusting channel with Ugly. Next week we're going to speak about and that's like articulation, stuff like that. And you can take the, where is it? Off this piece here. One of the bits on the trailer. You can pop this one out, and it's got little pegs on the handle there that you can peg into holes in the palm of the hand. You just fold that in there and peg it in and close it up. Oop. Pew! And he's got a hand pistol. Fine. The last little creme de la creme you've got for this mode is, and you do it in any mode, really, is you can actually open these up, fold this panel down, which is a little bit tricky because it is wedged in there. Fold this panel down, and he's actually got a little matrix in there, which you can remove. Come on. Come on. There we go. He's got a little matrix in there. It's only painted one side, and it's silver instead of gold, and the inside's orange instead of blue, but he's got his own little matrix, which he's got a little cabinet for, and, like Optimus Prime in the film, he's also got a metal chest plate that goes up to cover it, before the, what's called the chest panels. So, whoever designed this, that is a fantastic nod to the original, and well done you, my friend, well done you. Oh. He's just a nice solid figure. He is, he's good, he's fun. So we'll take the gun off him for now. I'll put it back on the thing over here. Yeah. And then you get combined mode, because obviously they combine. What's the point of having them if they don't? So we'll reach in here and we'll disconnect this. I find the easiest way to do it is to fold it up, and it'll pop these out of those grips there. Okay, so we got this, and in fact we'll get him ready first before I start messing too much with that. Let's say we get these, we put them back as they were for vehicle mode, and we push them around and fold the toe down. Okay. So I fold this all the way down and around and fold the toe down. And now if you try and stand him, I'm lucky. He's usually quite back heavy at this point because he's now got no heels at all. Which is where these come in. So you sort of fold these so they're down at the side, split them, and then they big lump, hole, and this peg sort of goes into that half there, but it's more just to line it up. Doesn't really grip per se, it more sort of just lines it up. Line that up. There you go, into place. Now he's got really big fat legs with fold up knee cannons, which I suppose is always a good thing. So we'll get this and we'll plug it in the same way. There we go. So he's got his big fat legs. And this is something I really like. It's just really nice the way to do it. Basically you do something similar to the flight mode, but you just rotate these all the way around. So they're sort of like that. I like to just fold the cannons up. In the series you just had them hanging down, but I like to fold them up. Or did he change his mind? I think he made his mind up whenever he felt like, to be honest with you, in the series. I don't think there was strict continuity about it. So you end up with this. Which when you open up these sections, get all the dust out of the way, and you just slide these pieces in the gap under the shoulders there. Where are we? There we go. So you slide those under there, And then these wrap around and clip into place. And now there's only a little bit of cosmetic stuff to do. That is, you fold out these flaps from the side of the head. At the back of the head there's this tiny little nubbin. I should probably have pointed out in the robot mode. It's a tiny little nubbin that if you fold it, push it down, actually folds up a chest plate. Let me just see if I can... So now you've got the combined Super Optimus Prime, whatever, battle mode, whatever you want to call it. And just look at him. I mean, impressive wingspan. Come on, guys. Look at that. That's really cool. Ah, man. And... ah, man. You can... Why does that want to move? Right. You can fold the cannons under. They're supposed to just sort of like sit under his arms so he can fire them forward. But they don't work that well, personally. I don't think they do. You're supposed to just sort of sit his arms on them, and that's about as good as it gets. Fold up the knee guns while you're at it, why not? So it kind of ends up like that. A bit of a mess, to be honest with you. I always like to think that these are some sort of guns at the side of the body as well. So he's brimming with artillery. Absolutely brimming with it. Yeah. Yeah, come on. I think a lot of people just like to... Fall down. I think a lot of people just like to hold the, hang the guns off the wings there, sort of X-wing style. I think that's all the Star Wars fans. I'm not against Star Wars. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I just thought it was a little bit, you know, pretentious, and not quite as good as the fans, think it is. You are more than welcome to like whatever you want. But Star Wars, I think, the fans hold slightly disproportionate to the quality. But that's personal preference. I didn't grow up with it. I'm, like Indiana Jones. I never grew up with that, so I don't really care about him either. But I know a lot of people are mental about him. That's your thing. It's just for me, not necessarily. And this is awesome. He's lots of fun. He's really big and silly, and I do like this figure. It's just big and clumpy. The wings are a bit of a mess. The guns are a bit of a mess. So, not necessarily a good thing there. But, I'm going to fold these up out of the way. This is why I fold them up, just so they're out of the way. Get out of the way here. Now, in the series, there was one guy who got reformatted into a lion, and that lion could combine with Prime. And then eventually, I think for like 2 episodes, there was like an evil clone of this lion guy, who could also combine with Prime if you wanted him to, but could also combine with Megatron. Bit weird. And to do that, basically, if you open this up, take it off slightly, you can fold up the arm, put it back into the vehicle mode, and using the same connection port of the arm, you could fit this guy, and the cab, the arm, will just slide into there. Because the way it's done, theoretically, you can do both going into there. I never got them, which is sad to say. I've seen them second-hand on eBay and stuff, but they're always missing parts. I never got either of those. There was Leo Breaker and Nemesis Breaker, I think it was. I'm going off the Cybertron names, not the Galaxy Force names. But I never got those, which is a shame. Because I would have loved to have been able to give him the 2 lion arms. Yeah. I suppose for now I can just pretend he's battle damaged and he's lost an arm. You can't do this with both the arms off and neither of the 2 lions attached. because there's nowhere for these to grip onto except the piece where the arms are. So it would just drop off, or just sit on the back and look really weird. So and now, because one of the arms is in the backpack, it is even more incredibly back heavy. Yay! So I might have to fix that. Just take it off. Just take it off. Faceplate up, blah blah blah. Close. Just stay here. Do as I command. Now, there was another figure in the series that actually combined with Prime. And he actually replaced this whole backpack piece. And that was, I think it was Wing Saber. And I never got him as well, which is a shame. I did, however, get the version when they repainted him and released him in Universe. Early days Universe, you magnificent weirdos, you. Oh, I think the gun does sounds as well, but I hate lights and sounds gimmicks, so I'm not playing with that. I only did that one just to see if the batteries were actually still in it. In fact, I'm not sure if this key is Prime's or if it came with him. I think it came with him. Don't know where Prime's is. Oh well, what a shame. So, I shall be back with you in part 2, where I shall look at the Universe Wing Saber figure. So, I shall be ugly, I shall be wretched, and I shall see all of you in part 2. Bye!